This case, you were in front of me on another case. You were in front of me, I had you on probation. You kept violating.
No, sir. This is the first time when you put me on probation, just this past,
Did you realize you had the distinct pleasure of having how many pages to himself? Congratulations. I'm gonna give you a gold star on your forehead.
so,
You got at least 2 pages all to your own self. Now, a lot of them were traffic, but you were in front of me on something else that was it the larceny charge? No. How old are you?
35.
Go to the next page. He was in front of me. You were in front of me a bunch of times. You kept violating. What was that for?
I was never on probation. It was all of my, everything prior to this was all traffic, driver's art suspensions. Which I paid off. I brought $1,800 in cash. This was probably about, I don't know, 2 months ago or so now. Paid all of that off. And then.
Go down again. You were in front of me on a misdemeanor.
There's somebody with the same similar name, Jesse Gannon. Just in here yesterday.
You guys look alike?
Yeah, more or less. Yes, sir.
Go to the next guy. We'll go to Jesse.
He's in here in a few.
All right, what do you have?
Your Honor, there were quite a few untruths told, so I would just like to say what really happened. So I did have the instructional with James over Zoom on June 30th because he called me and sent he had for the ID. He didn't want him in. I allowed him to come over Zoom as long as he was okay with pulling up the orders on his email and reading along with me. So I did email it. I have it printed out if you'd like to see it. I told him verbally that his first test was on July 7th. I emailed him that his first test was on July 7th. I emailed him the DNA referral saying the first test was July 7th. And when he didn't appear on July 7th, I actually called him multiple times and gave him an opportunity to make it up on either the 8th or the 9th in early AM or early PM slots. He did not text me back and he did not text, and I never heard from him after that.
Little different story. Shocking.
Did you call me from the same number that?
Mr. Gannon. Mr. Gannon. Mr. Gannon.
Yeah.
I also left a voicemail.
Come on. Come
That's a little miscommunication, misunderstanding from my part.
on. Well, oh, fine. It was on your part. You didn't listen very.
I'm not sure. I do not recall the 7th. I just remember before our talking or soon be, we had something set up for August 30th, and I remember, and I was like, oh, I kind of got excited and brought up upset. So the next time I went to step
I told him 3 separate times that your first test was on the list.
Listen, Mr.
Yeah,
Gannon.
you did. I'm sorry.
I still think he was in front of me on something else. You were in front of me on a misdemeanor. We went round and round and round. These were not just civil infractions.
You might have argued because my cousin has been in and out of here too.
So it's a family affair here, huh?
No,
I'm just asking.
me and him don't be with the
How often do I have him testing?
He's only testing on demand, so I had only scheduled him for the one test on July 7th for now.
What kind of drugs were these again? Can you tell me by looking?
It was, I was talking from that.
Yeah, I mean, why did I only order on demand? Shame on me.
Well, I've never touched the stuff in my life.
You never touched it?
You know,
You have possession of it.
along with the, I was charged with their larceny of a vehicle. And when I was arrested that night, the arrested officer mentioned something about taking me in for blood work, and I don't know if it was because I was like, yeah, I'm all for it, but he never took me in for both work in.
You're gonna be on a short lease with me, you know that.
Yes, sir.
You're gonna test bi-weekly for the duration of probation. You're gonna pay $100 on 416B. I'm not gonna charge you double. It's the same violation. You're gonna serve 1 day on the court work program. There's a $35 charge for that. So you owe the court $135 and you're gonna test bi-weekly during probation. You got it?
Yes, sir. Yes, for my first day be
See,
Morning, Your Honor. Peter Rada, P7841 MIBC counsel for Mr. Gannon.
Gannon, your name?
Team Gang Junior.
All right.
Your Honor, we're here today to plead guilty to the violation of probation with an explanation.
John Cullen, Madeline. Sir, if you plead guilty, you have an attempt R&O. That is attempt larceny on file B from an automobile, which was charged under a local ordinance, which makes it only punishable by up to 45 days. You also have the drug charge under 7411. You plead guilty here, your 7411 status could be revoked, conviction entered, and you'd also be subject to a 5-day jail term on that. You would also be subject to a 5-day jail term on the other case. They would run concurrent. You understand everything I just said?
Yes.
You sign, read, and understand an advice or rights form here today.
Yes.
If you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights, and we are not going to have a hearing of any kind. You understand that?
Yes.
All right. Any questions before we go on? To the charge failure to submit to testing on demand on July 7th, 26. How do you plead?
Guilty.
Did you fail to submit to testing on that date?
Yes.
Anybody force you to plead guilty? You still wish to plead guilty?
Yes.
Your name?
Madam Rex, probation.
What happened? You were out partying on the 4th and you didn't want to go submit, huh?
No, Your Honor, if I could explain.
I can't wait.
Your Honor,
Mr. Gannon and I have a history though, right?
Yes, sir.
Didn't I revoke your probation last time?
No, sir.
That's because I should have probably. You keep doing this, you keep getting in trouble. Go ahead, Mr. Granada.
Your Honor, if I may, on the date in question, Mr. Gannon got in touch with the probation officer, advised his officer that he had been exposed to poison ivy, that in fact his clothes were completely contaminated with it that morning, and his probation officer begged the relief of the court to allow him to participate by Zoom, which he did. The sentencing hearing was held. All the requirements were gone over. Unfortunately, Mr. Gannon did not leave with like a packet from probation telling him exactly what he had to do and when. And one of those things that he missed was the DNA test. It's the only thing that he's missed so far. Again, the court should understand that this happened. He was sentenced on, I believe, 6:30 or 6:23. And so it hasn't been that much time since the sentencing to have failed this first violation of probation. Again, with his failing to submit to the DNA test. Had he appeared in person like he intended to for the sentencing hearing, he would have left probation with a packet which would have included that information. He did not get that, according to McNally, he did not get that subsequently either in U.S. mail or by email. So we would ask the court to consider that, and that they would not revoke his deferred adjudication in this case, based on the fact that, again, it's been such a short time since his sentencing till today, and that he's willing to step up and do that today if the court asks him to do so.
Anything you want to say?
No, sir. Other than, I don't know if there was just a bit of a miscommunication over the Zoom meeting with me and Miss, I apologize,
Raftis.
Miss Raftis. But I brought me, I'm dedicating this to my specific thing. So anything and every date that now gets named, it's got to be wrote down right in front of you or anyone else.
Pull up that other file involving him.
I can just,
See, yet another file. What were you in front of me on before? I sent you to jail for a while, didn't I?
yeah, it was over this.
What do you?
I need you to bring up his name, JIS. What were you in front of me on before?
It was this case,
It
or
wasn't this case.
I'll set that up with you.
She's gonna set it up. You're doing a fantastic job, Miss Raskin. Love your temperament. Good luck. Go down the hall. You can pay that today, right? Yeah.
yes.
Thank you. Yes, have a seat at this table right here, my right, your left. Mr. Turner, your name?
Turner.
You're charged with driving on a suspended by law. You have the right to an attorney. Would you like an attorney?
Yes, sir.
I'll go ahead and arraign you and I'll send you to the prosecutor to discuss this. Fair enough?
Sir.
On June 27 and 26, the police think you were operating a motor vehicle on Huron River Drive near Burton and Rockwood with a suspended license that is a misdemeanor punishable by up to $500 in fines, 93 days jail, costs are all owed and points. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And did you sign, read, and understand an advice of rights form?
Yes.
If you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights and there will not be a hearing or a trial. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
You still wish to waive your right to a lawyer.
Yes, sir.
I'm entering a not guilty plea, $500 personal bond. You don't have to post any money. You cannot leave the state without the consent of the court or violate a law. You must appear in court as directed. You can go right outside there next to the prosecutor's room. That will be conference room number 2. And we'll take this over to the Rockwood prosecutor, okay?
You said I can't leave the state?
Right now, correct. If we don't resolve it today and you need to leave the state for employment or otherwise, when you come back in, you tell me and we'll go through it, okay?
Thank you.
Have a good day. We'll see you back here. Shane Michael White, 26R514-802. Your name, sir?
Shane White?
You're charged with super drunk violation, high BAC. You have the right to an attorney. Would you like one?
I was gonna look at hiring one.
Well, I can go ahead and arraign you if you want, and you can hire your own lawyer. I can give you an adjournment of the pretrial, and then you can go hire a lawyer. Do you want to do that?
Yes.
On June 26 of 26, it is alleged that you did at 31500 Homestead in Rockwood commit the offense of high BAC, that you were operating a motor vehicle and you had an excess of 0.17 or higher on the breathalyzer or blood draw. That is a misdemeanor. It is punishable by minimum fine of 200 up to 700, 6 months, 6 months jail. Up to 6 months in jail, 6 points, license suspension, revocation in accordance with your record, and your vehicle could be or might have to be immobilized depending upon your record. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Did you sign, read, and understand an advice of rights form here today?
Yes, I did.
If you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights, and we're not going to have a hearing or a trial of any kind. Do you understand that?
Yes, I did.
All right, so I'll enter a not guilty plea. You wish to go out and hire your own lawyer, and you can afford one, correct?
Attempted, yes.
Where do you work at?
Key construction in the airborne.
How much do you make there?
Roughly $1,000 a week.
All right, I'm going to enter a not guilty plea for you. I'm going to give you a $1,500 bond, personal bond. You don't have to post any money. Have you ever had any other drunk drivings?
I have not.
You got other criminal convictions, though, I see. So I'm going to order that you attend AANA twice a week, that you not purchase, possess, or consume alcohol, marijuana, or illegal drugs, that you not leave the state without the consent of the court, that you not violate a law, and that you must appear in court as directed. Do you understand all of that?
I understand.
So you don't have to post any money, but you'll owe $1,500 if you violate any of those terms and conditions. Also, except through your lawyer, no contact with prosecution witnesses. I'll give you a court date. You can go hire your own lawyer, and we'll see you back here. What do you have for me, Heather?
That will be August 6th at 8:30.
August the 6th at 8:30, okay? So you go down the hall, we'll give you a copy of the bond sheet. He's handed you an AA verification form. You do have to go in person, though, okay? And then we'll see you back here on August the 6th, okay? Good luck. Madison Renee Guest, 26F246621. Name your name. You're charged with retail fraud, and you have the right to a lawyer. Would you like a lawyer? I'll give you a lawyer. You can go out in the hallway. We will set you up, and you're going to deal with this gentleman through your lawyer. Okay, so go right out in the hallway. People against Jesse Dean Gannon Jr. This is 26B150416.
Yes.
I'm sorry, James D. Gannon. My apologies, Junior. James Dean Gannon Junior, 26B150416B and C. Michael Baxter seated up at the table. Your name, sir?
James Dean Jr.
You were on probation. I took it under 7411 on June the 17th of 26. That's when I sentenced you. And I have a violation of probation that alleges you failed to submit the on-demand testing as ordered on July the 7th. That is count 1. You understand the charge?
Yes, sir.
Count 2, for which you're on probation, also, the same thing. You failed to submit the on-demand testing as ordered on July the 7th, 26. You understand the charge?
Yes, sir.
If you plead guilty or if you're found guilty, these are first offense, at least they're both first technical violations, so you could receive 5 days in jail pursuant to law if you plead guilty or found guilty of either one of these. Do you understand me? And did you sign, read, and understand an advice of rights form here today?
Yes.
If you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights, and we're not going to have a hearing of any kind. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
You have the right to a lawyer. I'll be happy to give you my public expense if you would like one. Would you like one?
Yes. If I may say something real quick.
You should talk. You should talk to your lawyer before you say anything. If you have a question.
Oh, yes, sir. It just, it says that I didn't show up here on the 30th, for my first initial probation hearing.
Hang on a second. There's no such there's no such allegation here. It's failure to submit the on-demand testing as ordered on July the 7th.
Oh, okay.
Why do you want- Why do you want, what's that?
Okay, that, I'm sure. Yes, sir. I'm a lawyer.
Okay, so I'm entering a not guilty plea for you. We're gonna give you a lawyer. You'll go speak with the lawyer and I will take care of this for you, okay?
Thanks, sir.
Do you have any questions for me at all? Questions,
No,
not
sir.
responses that are going to incriminate you. None?
No, sir.
Okay, you're all set. We'll send it up. You'll meet with the lawyer.
Yeah, which one is that?
Just have a seat in the hallway.
26. 23. All right. Papers. Yeah, Mr. Coleman, this is fire. What do you have? People against Michael Xavier Baxter, 25M77011A. Your name?
Sorry, Mike Baxter.
Where you been?
In and out of McNally, inpatient for the last 6 months there in IOP. I was on disability pay for
How much money do you have today? And
I just paid P62 for the insurance ticket and he reset a payment plan for the other tickets. I've been in disability.
all right, just slow down a second. Just slow down. Heather, I have a limited access feed in front of me. He
That's
owes,
correct.
and does that what he owes 362 on?
He owes 308 on this one.
Okay, 'cause somebody wrote balance 362.
I just paid that one.
That,
Not just feeding. I want to make sure we're on the same page. Just let me ask her a question. Somebody wrote down balance 362 on a sticky note. Is that what he owes or does he owe?
no, it looks like he paid his B ticket today, which was 362. And on this limited access, he owes 308.
How much do you have today?
I have to set up a payment plan for that. I just paid from 62,
It's
which
fine.
I'm just getting brought down.
It's fine. Tell me how much you can afford to pay and when.
I paid the $50 a month, so August 1st, I can pay $50.
Are you on social security disability?
I was on disability from August 1st to August 27th to May 1st. I was on sexual disability. I was at 4 working stamping, so I was getting 60% of my wages. Now, when I went back to work,
You just pay August 7th.
they put me on temporary layoff.
So relax. I'll let you do that, okay? You pay $50 per month beginning August 7th. Can you do that?
Yes.
If you don't have the money at any time, you call the clerk or go on Zoom. I'll give you an extension, okay?
Appreciate it.
Have a good day. Do you have Olet, Mr. Clovis? You do. Andrew Douglas Olet, 26F245934. Good morning.
Good morning, Judge. It seems like we have a lot of cases in front of you, but I want you to
Lucky you.
steer them to you.
Lucky you.
BP 434 on behalf of the defendant. Sir, would you please identify yourself for the record?
Andrew Douglas Olet.
Okay, so you met with the prosecutor, you got it reduced to impaired, and he is going to plead to that with the OWI to be dismissed, and correct me, this is a first offense, although he's just turned 23 the other day, right?
That's correct. And he's got his AA slip
Okay.
twice a week.
Okay,
And also went and had independent testing. He's doing fantastic. And what's nice, and I guess I will bring it up in sentencing, is that and you've been in private practice and on the bench, somebody's more credible and serious about stopping drinking. Because when I talked to him today, the first words out of his mouth was, I'm 140 days old.
good. That's great.
And that just gave him credibility that he truly is.
Listen, I got some concerns we're going to talk about even before sentencing with you, Mr. Olet. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
If you plead guilty to operating while impaired, the possible penalties are up to 300 fines, 93 days jail, 360 hours community service, court costs are all those. 4 points would be added to your traffic record. Your license would be suspended or revoked in accordance with the vehicle could be. Or might have to be immobilized depending upon your record. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And did you sign, read, and understand an advice of rights form here today?
Yes, sir.
If you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights, and we're not going to have a hearing or a trial. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right, to the charge, operating while visibly impaired, how do you wish to plead?
Guilty.
Were you operating a motor vehicle in the city of Flat Rock, county of Wayne, on April the 3 of 26 at 7:46 in the morning on East Garden Boulevard?
Yes, sir.
Prior to that, did you drink alcohol, and what did you drink, if you did drink, and how much?
Yes, Your Honor. I was drinking vodka the night before.
When did you stop drinking?
From what I was told and from what I remember, it was 11 p.m.
So this was 8 hours later, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
It was at 7:30 in the morning. So listen, why were you pulled over by the police?
Speeding, or
You think you were speeding at least in part because of your alcohol consumption.
yes, sir.
Now, your lawyer will tell you that if you stopped drinking at 11 o'clock, that you somehow, some way had roughly up to a 3.7. Okay?
Yes.
You stipulate to the accuracy of the blood result or breath result of .248, Mr. Clovis.
Yes, Your Honor.
Right now, are you on probation or parole?
No, Your Honor.
Anybody force you to plead guilty?
No, Your Honor.
I'm going to accept your plea to impaired driving. I'm going to dismiss the OWI. I want you to listen to me a second, son. When you're doing this at the time, which was April the 3rd, and you're only 22 years old and you got a 3.536, I'm glad that you're staying sober. But that's really indicative of a problem. Okay? No matter how you cut it. I need him on a sober link, Mr. Clovis. First,
If I may, Your Honor, he goes to AA. He takes it very serious. In fact, he knows the first 6 steps already.
good.
And I understand a sober link.
All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to continue the $500 personal bond.
Thank you.
You cannot leave the state without the consent of the court or violate any law. You must appear in court as directed. No alcohol, no marijuana, no illegal drugs, no contact with prosecution witnesses except through your lawyer. AANA 3 times a week. You have to go in person. We're going to hand you a form. Every time you go, you have to have the form signed. Every time you come to court, you have to bring the form with you. You do have to be on a SoberLink device by the end of the day. This is more precautionary. I'll believe your lawyer if that's what you're doing. I think it's fantastic. I'm ordering a screening and assessment as I must by law. You're going to fill out a questionnaire and be interviewed. That's a lot, though. Where does he work at?
I work at Tire Max out in Livonia. I drive a boom truck for them to do heavy equipment.
In your honor, I mean, he seriously goes to A right now twice a week.
That's great. That is great.
You want him 3 times or can he keep?
Nah, I need him 3 times. I'm sorry. This is a 3.536. That's what alarmed me when I saw it was 7:40 in the morning. That's even worse. Give me a sentence date, Lisa or Heather, that's, we can make sure Mr. Clovis is available.
Thank you.
August 6th at 8:30.
Is that good with you?
But we get on.
No problem. So you're taking this seriously though, right? Yes?
Yes, Your
You
Honor.
never been in trouble before? I mean, you had 2 speeding tickets. Other than that, have you ever been in trouble before?
No, Your Honor.
You look shell-shocked here.
He's very, very nervous.
This session covered a busy docket of probation violations and new arraignments. Several defendants face consequences for failing to comply with court-ordered drug and alcohol testing, including one man ordered to test biweekly and complete a day of community service after violating probation terms tied to a prior charge. Another defendant, James Gannon Jr., pleaded guilty to failing to submit court-ordered testing, with his attorney explaining that a missed DNA test stemmed from a breakdown in communication after he attended a hearing remotely due to a poison ivy exposure. The court ultimately imposed additional testing requirements rather than revoking his deferred adjudication. The docket also included several new arraignments, a driving on a suspended license charge, a high blood alcohol content case resulting in a personal bond and mandatory AA attendance, and a retail fraud charge referred to a court-appointed attorney. One notable case involved a 22-year-old first-time offender who pleaded guilty to operating while visibly impaired after registering a blood alcohol level of 248, nearly 3 times the legal limit, following a 7:30 a.m. traffic stop. Despite the severity of the reading, the judge acknowledged the young man's proactive commitment to sobriety, including regular AA attendance and 140 days without alcohol, and ordered a SoberLink monitoring device, mandatory screening, and 3 times weekly AA meetings as conditions of his continued bond. Throughout the session, the court balanced firm accountability for violations with practical payment plans and personalized conditions aimed at supporting each defendant's rehabilitation.